Hi, and I'm going to begin with a bow. I appreciate being able to begin with a bow with you all here. So here we are, Unit 8. First, I want to say how rich I felt the discussions were this past week, integrating contemplative practice with the material we're studying on transitions and rites of passage. I appreciate your personal experiences that showed up and really insightful understanding, I think, of the value of contemplative practice when we're dealing with transitions. So I was glad to see that. This week we get a chance to take a third week to look at the threshold phase. Initially I had planned just 2 weeks on the threshold, and then we'd have kind of an interlude to think about contemplative practice and transitions. But the way the schedule for the community practice day worked out this semester, it seemed like it would work to integrate contemplative practice specifically into the material on the threshold phase. And myself, I think that worked. Glad we were able to do that. And this week we come to a third week, a third exploration of the threshold phase. I think the material this week overlaps a fair amount with what we studied the first week on threshold around space, and the second week around contemplative practice, and particularly not knowing last week. Now we look at a third dimension or a third aspect of our true nature that comes to play particularly in the threshold phase. It has to do with mystery. It has to do with stillness. It has to do with the power of being open to this mystery, the power to be present with experience no matter what it is. And I think this is one of the deep and really key components of working with the threshold phase. So I hope you find the material interesting this week. I want to also just toss in a reminder that there are 2 big assignments coming up. There's the smaller assignment coming up this coming Monday, and that's your short paper on threshold, 2 to 3 pages. You don't need to outline the model of transitions and rites of passage because most of you did that already in your severance paper. But it's really just a brief overview for yourself of what you're taking away from this material on the threshold, so that I'll see that we're all kind of on the same page. And of course, if you have differences of view or differences of opinion, that's really welcome. It's not that you need to agree with the material, but at least to see that it's all out here for us to explore and critique and inquire into. So just a short paper on the threshold. But the 2 bigger assignments. First is your self-designed rite of passage ceremony. And I hope your planning is continuing along with that. I haven't seen much in the office area, in the connections area. So if you do have thoughts or you just want to share how your plans are going, that's a good place to do that, in that topic in the connection area. That's coming, your self-designed rite of passage. The other assignment that'll happen closer to the end of the course is your proposal for a program that you might create to help people through transitions. Maybe it involves rites of passage, but not necessarily. Somewhere, though, in that large territory of transitions and rites of passage, you'll create a design for a program that will apply some of what you've learned this semester in the service of others. Now, I want to say one more thing about that. You're welcome to do it on your own, but I really want to encourage collaboration on this. It may be that there is at least one other person, and maybe more, here this semester who have a similar idea, and I would love to see you collaborate and combine your efforts. You could explore, present your topic in the office area and see who else has an interest in that. You could use the office. That's probably the best place. You could also use the community area, but I think the office is best. Float your idea out and see if anybody else is interested in that. And collaboration isn't required, but definitely encouraged. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, just that if you have any feedback for me about the course, here we are, a little past halfway now. I could still make some changes, and so let me know if you have any input or feedback. The office is a good place for that, or you can send me an email. So, looking forward to hanging out with you online this week. I'm going to bow again. Bye for now, and see you online.